Praise be Jesus and Mary. St. Paul in the first reading speaks about the power of the cross of Christ. The sacrifice of our Lord on the cross has infinite value. And this infinite value is affected and perpetuated at the holy sacrifice of the Mass. For this reason, for us who have the grace to participate at daily Mass, this is truly the high point of our day, because we come into contact sacramentally with the very sacrifice our Lord made on Calvary. And every single time the Mass is celebrated and offered, the power and the infinite value of Christ's sacrifice is affected, perpetuated, and applied to souls. Theologians call this the Eucharistic, or the fruits of the Eucharistic sacrifice, the application of the salvific effects of the power of the cross of Christ to souls. The fruits of the Eucharistic sacrifice, there's the general fruits, they call it, the general fruits. So every time the Mass is celebrated and offered, the salvific effects of the cross of Christ is generally applied to the Church and to all of humanity, the general fruits. And there is the special fruit. Every time the Mass is celebrated and offered, the salvific effects of the cross of Christ is applied to those souls who are present at Mass, according to their dispositions, the special fruits. There's also called the very special fruit, which applies to the priest who celebrates in persona Christi, the holy sacrifice of the Mass. It is applied in a very special way to that priest who participates in a unique way at the holy sacrifice of the Mass. And then there's the particular fruit. For every single Mass, there is a special intention given either by the faithful, or maybe the priest himself has an intention, but usually it's the faithful who asks for Masses, and the priest is obliged. He is obliged to offer that Mass for that particular soul. So that is the particular fruit, which is applied to that specific soul according to that soul's disposition. The power of the cross of Christ is something that we should continually draw from, participating at Mass when possible, daily, uniting ourselves to our Lord's sacrifice. And for more pressing intentions that we should have Masses offered for those intentions or for those particular souls, because there is always a particular fruit when the Mass is offered for those special intentions. Our Lady united herself in union with Jesus at the foot of the cross. This is what we are called to do for every single Mass we participate in. We are called to actively and fruitfully participate at the sacrifice of Christ by uniting our very lives to His sacrifice, allowing our hearts, our lives to be transformed by His cross. So we entrust ourselves to the Blessed Mother, uniting our hearts in union with the Immaculate Heart of Mary, in union with the sacrifice of Christ. Miseria.